You know, maybe CC is looking to get some revenge on Zab after that hit game last weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Looks like we are about 7 seconds away from the start of this match.
Oh, but now it's interesting to see. I think SiR's probably going to end up attacking on the right, just pushing heavily, and
Ooh, interestingly, I just saw Groot launch for done, so I don't know if he's going to be a
uh-oh, they
last
going to
minute
get the
pop
extra
in
player
here.
in?
They might,
Wow.
they might. That would make a big difference if they could be up a player and
Yeah.
have Groot as well.
You're going to wonder,
But looks
SiR's
like
not expecting that.
we have a big push here coming from SiR. A couple players going forward early, but for the most part, they're sitting back,
Yeah, most
trying to
of
get
them are
those
trying.
picks.
Yeah, most of them are trying to snipe them.
Ooh,
And
Oh,
Tom Grump with a
they hit
good
oh,
that snipe.
push.
perfect from Sap. You know, Tom Grump. Ooh, but he got just taken down.
And
A
it's
great
interesting to me that
offensive.
we see the same mistake that CC made last week, where they have a bunch of their players go left, even though the enemy team is all pushing right.
Yeah, you don't want if they're spread out too much.
Yeah, definitely. Now right side has been captured by SiR. Let's see if CC can retake it.
Not a cap yet, though.
Yeah, on
Looks
SiR's
like
right side is just, you know, they're really able to push in there, and there's still some CC players hanging out on the left.
but they have been able to prevent the cap, at least so far, though we do see the SiR team pushed up quite close in the no man's land, so if they
Oh,
make a push
they're
here, they could
knocking
get a
on the
cap.
door.
Oh, right side. They have a foot. They have a foot in the trench. They have taken the right side again.
Zab's in right now.
They're not quite capping yet, not quite enough people in. 4 players in the trench for SiR, but not enough to cap. CC still holding that left side, and it looks like SiR is going to start to cap here.
Yeah,
With
they're
those kills
capping
coming
pretty
in.
quickly now.
Yeah, only actually no players in the trench right now for CC. So that's gonna be a very quick cap.
Oh no,
Well, they
Uh,
just
CC now
active
actual,
spawn
has
and
three.
active.
Oh no, they have 3 players in now.
Yep.
It seems like they
That's
were
not gonna
able
be enough to prevent the cap though. SiR still capping slowly.
And now CC is really trying to take the hill, and it seems like there's going to be a battle over this hill.
Well, it seems like CC's doing a better job of preventing that cap than they did last week, so at the very least they've improved at that. Still not quite able to keep the team out of their trench, but at least able to keep them from capping it so quickly. Well, the cap is coming in now, but they're able to pause it
They're
again. They
capping
just keep.
fast now. This is unless CC does something quick, then
Yeah, they got the spawn on the left, but it was quickly cleared by Zab and a few other SiR players. I think that's going to be the cap for SiR, unless a player. Yeah, that's going to be the cap for SiR right there. And now CC going to try and prevent the speed run here from SiR and try and get a recap back on this.
you know you're gonna
I
wonder if
hope.
SiR caps this. Is CC gonna really regret picking Vaj?
Yeah,
This just
I was surprised to see them pick Vaj against SiR. I figured they would have picked a map where they could kind of play a little bit more of a grindy game, but we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, this was definitely a bold choice. This round is it's a flashback to CC hit. Um, Definitely CC has failed to defend the fast offensive typical from SiR. Um, and they have not focused on defending the left, which is like almost the place where everyone attacks at first. So I hope CC gets someone in the trench, because if they don't, they're going to lose like last time.
Yeah, exactly. They've got 1 minute push here, and not much of a big push getting made in. They're able to push up to this artillery, which is a good position to maybe get some forward spawns. But airplane bombs taking out Spartan in the back.
Yeah, it seems like SiR's really just sitting on this hill, picking anyone who tries to come over.
Yeah, Milton able to get a couple kills here. Actually, Milton and Mando making a good push here. Wow, good push from Mando and Dick the Head there. Take that hill with a Milton in the back picking.
Ooh, Dick was taken
Ooh,
down.
But
SiR,
SiR getting the spawns in straight away, knowing the angles to pick off those players from the hilltop, and quickly pushing 3 of them now. See if the CC players can hold. Oh, gonna get pushed from behind
He's
here.
gonna get fun. Oh, he didn't see him. Wow, he was
I don't know if
prone
they know
and
that
they
he's
didn't
here.
see him.
He might get a couple kills here.
Oh, he went for the
Oh,
stab,
no,
but he
doesn't get
just
any
missed
kills.
it.
yeah, it was a perfect hide in the
Yeah,
DNC.
you gotta, he went for that stab, but he just couldn't execute on it, and he got taken out. But
Ooh, just strong push from CC, just got destroyed by the guys on the hill. Let's see, on the big picture, CC is now pushing on
oh,
the right.
CC's they're pushing on
Oh, yeah,
SiR's
this
right
is...
side. They have 2 players pushing in, and one of
I
them's
was
in.
just about to say...
Yeah,
with
definitely.
so much of SiR concentrated on that hilltop, the weak point for them was that right side, and CC able to recognize that and push in there.
And
But
Mando
now,
with
immediately,
killing. Wow.
immediately we see the rotation, and maybe a bit of an over-rotation here from SiR. They're rotating all their players off hill. That means it's going to be a very easy push back up onto hill. But
Oh,
they
he
clear the
got
foothold
game.
before those players can do that.
Victory.
That's game.
And I don't know what
Victory.
the CC
Fast
players
gap.
on the left were doing. It was completely abandoned, and they were just not pushing. If those
That was
players had pushed
interesting.
up, they might have been able to get a foothold there before.
Gotta wonder if maybe they're
foothold got
planning
killed.
to bring Groot in for the second half.
Yeah, I would
Definitely,
expect so.
definitely the star of this first round is SiR. Really good commanding. At the first like 2 minutes, his offensive on the right side really cost CC like almost all their men. Now let's see if CC can kick them out this time and get a point to at least not lose, but get
Yeah, and it does
a.
look like CC is going to be switching out a few players, so we probably won't be live here
Yeah,
as
they
they are
have
missing a few
2
people.
players missing for the 7-on-7.
Let me just turn my chat on here so I can see what's going on in the.
All right. Now, I do not believe this is live.
I think they're
Bunch just
trying
came
to
back. You gotta
get.
wonder. I saw Groot get on Steam.
Yeah,
I
me as
wonder if
well.
they're gonna bring in Groot. I did not see who they subbed out though.
Who was it? I believe it was Spartan. Oh no, he's.
No.
I don't know who it was. But yeah, rough first half there for CC. They're definitely gonna have to make some changes going into the second half. Of course, we saw them do that last week, so maybe they can do it again here. Maybe they're
Possibly.
just
I mean,
a little
the
bit more.
second half was
Yeah.
much closer against Hit, but
Yeah.
CC falling into that same trap of, getting beat quick in the first half.
And I think just not being quite aggressive enough at exploiting those mistakes from SiR, because we did see an over-rotation from SiR there at the end where they rotated their whole entire team right to get rid of 2 players. And that left a hole on that hill, and for some reason, the CC players that were at the artillery and in some of these holes just didn't take the opportunity to push. I think they were still afraid that SiR had left a few players on that hill, unaware that they had vacated. But I think in that situation where you have a foothold, on one side, you really need to be aggressive on pushing the other side to try and get another foothold in before that foothold gets cleared. So definitely something CC could work on improving there. And looks like we do have Groot in the server. In fact, we have a full 8-player team here for CC.
So let's see. I suppose CC is going to attack on the right, like almost everyone does on this map. Let's see if SiR is capable of defending CC. Now they're going to get the revenge. Let's see what happens.
I'm interested to see if CC plays with 8 players, if SiR is going to pull in another player. But it looks like actually one of the CC players left, so maybe we'll still be going 7-on-7, and Groot will just be replacing someone.
Appears to be that way right now.
Looks like CC is not quite ready yet. Looks like they are going to be going with the full
maybe.
full
I
roster
don't know.
here. Be interesting to see if SiR pulls in another player because of this or not, or if they were playing 7 players out of respect for CC only having 7 players,
Yeah.
or if they do actually have a player in the waiting ready to go.
Or, you know, maybe SiR feels confident that they only need 7 to beat CC.
I mean, they were able to play against TC last week with only 7 players and to do pretty well. So we do have confirmation that Groot's socks are off.
Ha!
I don't know if that
The socks are off?
the socks are
Great,
off, according
great
to Groot.
news.
I'm
Great
expecting
news.
Groot to top frag then. And it appears we're having
Looks like
a
we do.
restart now.
Yeah, looks like this is live on
So
restart,
CC
so
is
we'll
gonna
be
get
live.
the number advantage.
Yeah, and that does bode well for them going into the second half to maybe have a better performance, especially since they're attacking first. If they can get into that trench, they will have the numbers advantage.
I mean, maybe if they would have had the extra person in the last half, they would have just been able to push in.
Well, especially Groot, considering just the fragging
Yeah.
potential that he has as a player.
But
I'm
maybe,
expecting some better
maybe,
things from CC this half.
yeah, maybe, but still, maybe numbers are not enough to destroy the offensive power of SiR.
We will see, and immediately you see the big difference is that SiR are all picking that towards that right side as soon as they spawn.
Mm-hmm.
Only one player really going left, and he is still keeping an eye out on that right from that flanking position at that tank.
Oh, definitely big error from CC. They have not really pushed that hard, and now every single person that's going out of that hole is getting shot. The element of
Yeah,
surprise is completely destroyed.
I really think it's
That
important for at least one person from each squad to push up to that tree line as quickly as possible before those pickers get up and start picking off the team.
oh now CC on the right is dead. Let's see
Yeah.
how they do on the left.
Yeah, they do get a spawn on the left, and there's not a lot on the left, just 2 players. Of course, we do have the 2 players on the hill looking in this direction as well. And 2 players now rotating towards that ladder's position on the far left.
Ooh, there's only one just... Oh, okay, there's some just got in on a spawn by the crater. But now they have 3 in ladders. SiR going a little light on the middle, but heavy on the sides with 2 guys on the hill.
I must say, I actually really like this setup from SiR. You don't need those players in the middle if you have players on both those flanks, because they can get a good crossfire on that middle area.
Mhm.
And you have those players on hill who can see if someone's pushing mid, and then you can call for a rotation.
It's a perfect
Looking at this,
distribution.
Zab is one of the players on hill, and if you're going to want someone on hill, that's probably who you're going to want.
That's a perfect distribution. We have 1 on the right, 2 on right center. No.
Yeah, looks
sorry.
like it is. Looks like
Yeah,
it is Zab
it
and
is.
Jackie playing on that hill, and those are 2
This
dangerous
distribution
people.
is just...
It is perfect. Just every player for itself. Great skills, great positioning. And now they're going, I suppose, now in 30 seconds, they make it their counterattack.
And so far, only 3 players on CC even able to get some kills in. We have 2 kills for Billy, 2 kills for Mando, and 2 kills for Groot.
This just gives me flashbacks from TC. They had the same problem that PC defensive capabilities completely destroyed any organized offensive. So they're scattered in individual groups or pairs.
It
That's
looks
why
like SiR has brought in an 8th player as well, so we do have a full 8v8
Oh, full
now.
8v8 here.
Oh, that means no numerical advantage, and now they are retreating. Let's see how
Did
SiR does
CC
on
again
counter.
did not set up for defense.
But look, getting some picks early. And it's interesting, we didn't really see SiR do a pre-run there. I wonder if they weren't quite sure whether there was a foothold somewhere or not. Because normally we see SiR quite confident with those pre-runs. Didn't really see it here. Maybe just being cautious there. See what kind of defense can go do here. And CC getting some good picks straight away. Halting that progress. We'll see if they can play the same level of defense that that SiR did. Of course, this Anton trench is a little bit harder to defend than that CP trench, just because you don't have the advantage of having that that hill. There is a hill here, but it's just not as good of a position as the Central Powers hill. And a big push here in the middle from SiR. Looks like they're moving in to try and get on
Yeah.
that finger.
Classical choice. But now they have a foothold, and let's see if they can hold it.
Looks like they weren't able to hold it for long. I'll be interested to see if they try and make a push on this right, as there is a large area behind the trees where you can push, and not a lot of these CC players looking right now. They can even get one or two players over there to get a spawn in.
My God,
Be pretty big.
left is right is completely free. Sir must now rush and take it, and they are about to get some men on the
Yeah,
right
it looks
side.
like SiR just realized that their right side is completely open, and now they've got one guy in, about to get two. But
So we
CC's
actually
hoping
see
to meet them
basically a
at the
perfectly
trench.
timed spawn here from some of these CC players. Let's see if they can pick off these players before they are able to establish a foothold. Big gunfight going down here between Billy and a couple other players. But looks like we do have a foothold now from SiR. And yeah, they're able to get into the trench in the mid and on that left side. CC's still with a stronghold on the right, though. Some good kills from CC, but every time they're getting a kill, it seems like SiR is getting two. What do you guys think CC has to do here to prevent this cap from coming in? I mean, it's going to happen here any second now, I think.
Definitely,
I don't know if they can prevent it. They're just gonna have to clear the trench better, and
Yeah.
right now, SiR's just winning on that front.
Yep, and there comes in the cap from SiR. Still a few CC players in the trench on that far left side, and maybe on that far right. Let me double check. No, it looks like the far right is cleared out, and only the far left is now the hold for CC.
I think what we're seeing here, though, is that SiR's playing a bit more vertical in terms of this trench. They're not afraid to go over the top of the trench to flank you, and it seems that the CC players are really sticking more to the trench line.
Yeah, and
yeah,
especially on
definitely.
Vaj, it's a map where you can play very vertical. There's a lot of good vertical angles where you can get good angles on most of the trench.
Yeah, definitely. Sir is more flexible than CC. Um, Great strategy from Sir. They have taken the trench. Let's see if CC is able to recapture it, because then it will be a 2-0. It will be pretty humiliating.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it is that humiliating. You are playing against SiR. I mean, they're the strongest team out there, absolutely. And this is one of the strongest rosters we've seen them field in a while as well. So I don't think it would necessarily be embarrassing to get 2-0 by them on Vaj. Uh, and they were able to put up, some decent defenses.
I
They
think the
didn't get
question
rolled
here is,
immediately.
though, why Vaj? It's like you just had a bad loss on Vaj last week. Why are you going again on Vaj the next week?
Yeah, especially when it's, if I were them, I would have tried to get a map like Argonne or Artois where there aren't quite as many long sight lines, where you can play in the trench a little bit more, where a team like CC might be a little bit more comfortable against these SiR players. But they're just picking a map. Maybe they just want to, improve at this map. Maybe they picked this map this season and say, we're going to try and play this map as much as possible so that we can get as strong on it as we can. And if that means playing against SiR and having them reveal all our gaps so that we can fix them, let's
Possibly.
do
I
that.
mean, they're gonna have to play SiR again later on in the season, and maybe, they're really just trying to improve on this map.
Yeah. Their thought process might be, yeah, SiR might beat us, but they're not going to kill us, and because of that, we're going to become stronger.
Well, let's get back to the game. So it seems far left has been captured by CC. They have foothold. And speak of the devil, the guy is dead. But now there are two more people.
Yeah,
Now,
Yeah, good
CC is
push
oh,
just
here.
getting swarmed on that left side that they're able to get the foothold in. SiR seems to be playing super reactive, only leaving one or two guys in on that kind of right side, and just really pushing on the left.
Yeah, very good rotations from them, and fixing up that hole we saw earlier in the match where they were all rotating, now still leaving a couple players on that flank to make sure that they don't get counter pushed. So a good correction from them, and looks like this game is going to be over right about now.
And
and
that's
it is
game.
over.
Wow, that ended in
2-0. Perfect score. Sir played it perfectly. This game gave me so much flashbacks about the TC Sir game. CC had almost all of the problems TC had on Iron, which were offensive were broken and bad defense. But like this defense was okay, but like the first round it was terrible. they couldn't really.
Yeah, the first round they got broken quite quickly. This round they were able to put in some good defense. But yeah, definitely something they need to work on a little bit as a team. Figure out how to deal with those strong players like Emperor and Zeb. Maybe work on their comms, calling out those positions a little bit better so they can get those free picks. Because those players can't be looking everywhere all at once. So if you're able to communicate to your teammate, you can't pick them off. But looks like that will be the match for tonight.
Are we gonna have any interviews?
I can message the captains and see if they are interested in doing so. I did not message them ahead of time, but let's see if they're interested.
And we'll be right back while we're figuring out the interviews.
Yeah.
And
All
we're
right,
back.
guys. Oh, sorry. I didn't have a seat.
There you go.
Yeah, we're back with Tom from SiR.
Hello.
Tom, how do you feel after that match?
I feel the team was pretty confident. I think I could have done better personally, but I think it was a very strong performance from SiR.
Yeah, I have to agree.
We
Very
dealt
few.
some damage to CC.
Yeah, absolutely. Very few gaps in there. You guys did a very quick game on Vaj. Were you guys surprised that they went to Vaj, knowing that it's a map that can go so quickly, especially when one team is a favorite?
I mean, not really, considering we were pretty confident they would ban some of the maps like Iron and Picardy, because we're fairly strong on those maps. So, I mean, it was probably either Vaj or Artois.
Yeah, that makes sense. And interesting. Was there any obvious things you think you saw that maybe CC could improve on? Any gaps that you guys were able to exploit specifically?
I think they got bogged down in specific places. For instance, in that first half, they were just really stuck in that artillery emplacement. They were behind DP Hill, and they would spawn there, but we would be able to see them spawn, so they couldn't really push out of it. And they just stayed there for a long time, and I think so they lost the momentum that they could have had.
Interesting. Another interesting thing I noticed was on your guys' CP side defense, you had a pretty interesting setup where you didn't really have anyone in the lower middle part of the trench. Is that intentional? Is that something you guys had planned ahead? Because it seemed to be a very effective setup, as you had people on both those flanks who could kind of get a crossfire into the middle.
Yeah, I think a lot of that can be attributed to where we spawned. One squad spawned up in a hill, which was nice. It's a good power position. The other one spawned right, and we knew that CC likes to split push occasionally, so we thought that we'd just stay there and just let them push into our defenses.
Yeah, very strong defense there at the beginning of that second half. I don't think even one CC player got into your trench there, so congratulations
Oh yeah,
on
I
that.
don't think so.
Good job, Tom.
Thank you very much.
All right,
job.
thank you for coming and talking to us. We're gonna talk to Dick next.
You want to talk to Dick now?
Yep.
All right, we'll be right back with Dick. And we're back with Dick the Head. Dick, what are your expectations going to this match, going into Vaj, already knowing that you had a rough Vaj game last week?
My thought was they are very strong on both Iron and Picardy, and
Mm-hmm.
super as good as on Picardy or Ein. So I figured we should probably go for Vaj because I knew that Artois and Argon were going to be banned.
So it's just kind of the lesser of two evils when it comes to the maps.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm wondering, Dick, what are some of the things you guys think that you struggle with the most against a team like SiR?
I think the thing we struggle with the most is not getting the, like, the arrowhead that everyone pushes in one area to try to get them to focus more on one side, and then only one person will go to the other side because they'll be too distracted on that one side.
Yeah, I see.
Now,
Interesting.
Dick, at one point, towards the end of the first half, SiR over-rotated to your left side, but no one on your team seemed to exploit the right. Did y'all realize that the right side was completely open at the end of that first half?
At the end of that first half, the right side.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys had a
Not
foothold in your left side of that
Yeah.
trench, and basically all 8 players from SiR rotated to try and clear that. And there were a couple of your players on that left side who I don't think were aware of that rotation and didn't push in. I was just interested if you guys were aware of that.
I don't think we were. No one called it out. I wasn't aware how many people had pushed left at that time. So
Yeah, that makes sense. I figured it was something like that. Interesting. Well, very obviously very good play from SiR, and you guys put up, a decent defense considering how strong this SiR team is. Is there anything you guys took away from this that you know that you can improve at?
I think we can make better call outs. I think we can improve our aim. I know I had a bit of problems with aim sometimes, and I think we should try to improve our strategy for the open and push too.
Yeah, and obviously having one of your star players, Groot, missing for the first half probably didn't help you in that half either.
Yeah, that was a problem too. And well, my players really wanted me to let you know that his audio was not working for the first half.
Oh, okay, there
The
you go.
audio wasn't working for the first half?
Not for him. It was Axo Bun.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We'll have to check that out.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in and talking to us, Dick.
Yeah, thanks, Jake.
Thanks for having me.
All right, I think that will wrap it up for our broadcast tonight. Thank you, everyone, for
All right.
tuning in. Make sure to check out our games on the YouTube channel. That is VCL Official on YouTube. We also have our Discord. You can check that out as well. I believe it's linked in our YouTube. We should get it linked in our Twitch page as well. That's something we should work on.
Yeah.
Probably. But yeah, feel free if you would like in the chat, just message me on Twitch. I was typing in the chat earlier, and I will send you a Discord invite. If you're not already in there, that is where you can get updates on when our broadcasts are going live, or if you're interested in playing in any of our future tournaments, that is where announcements will be made. Something we're thinking about possibly doing more often now is, as well as I think there's been some discussion about possibly doing pugs on Friday nights. So if you're new to the competitive scene and interested in experiencing what competitive Verdun is like in a more casual environment, feel free to hop on that Discord, and we will let you know if we're going to be doing pugs anytime soon. Hopefully, we'll have one next weekend at some point, and it's a really good way to have some new players. We played one last night, and we had a couple players playing for the first time who actually did pretty well. So if you want to come in, show off your chops, maybe get recruited to a team, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well,
All right.
Thank you for tuning in, and this is it.
Yeah, we'll see you next weekend.
We'll